Jake, how about turning your detective skills to a good cause, a matter of the heart?
Sounds kind of mushy, Nigel. I don't know.
It's not so much mushy as musical, Jake. My pal, Alison Simone, got an anonymous love song in the mail. She doesn't know which of her friends sent it. I told her that you'd help her figure it out in time to ask for the right one to the Bang Your Head concert tomorrow night. What do you say?
A musical mystery. All right. Come on, let's go see if we can figure out which of Alison's friends is her tuneful Romeo. So that's who sets up all these amazing models. What a cool job!
It's the sweetest thing, really. No one's ever written me a love song before. I'd like to take whoever wrote it to the Bang Your Head concert tomorrow night, but I've no clue who could have sent it.
You must have some ideas. Do you know any guys who have a crush on you?
Well, Jules is rather attentive. He works over at Chumley's Toy Store and is in Stiff Upper Lip, one of my favourite bands. I know he's been trying to impress me lately, bringing me the latest high-tech robo-toys and such. It could be him.
He sounds like a good bet. A musician.
Yes, but there's also Alec. He plays with Tone Deaf, another fab band. They practice down at the old Vic. He always trips over himself whenever I show up at their rehearsals.
Aha!
And then there's John Luke. He's with Rabbit Hedgehog. He's asked me out before, but I've always been busy. I think he's busking today at Trafalgar Square. Oh, and dear Robin, how could I forget? Robin plays the wildest guitar in London when he's not leading tours on the Cutty Sark. I shouldn't be surprised at all to find it was him.
You sure do have a lot of friends, Alison, and all of them musicians. This is going to be a little tougher than we thought. I wish I could read music. I can't make out the tune, but the words are, well, they're very wordy. Oh, gross! What mush!
I do hope you two can suss out who my secret admirer is. It's driving me batty, and I can't very well go up to each of them and ask. Can you imagine?
There's Jules playing with that train display. I wish someone would pay me to play with toys all day. That'd be so excellent.
Oh, just messing about, you know. Got to have it sing something for the demonstration. Hello, you two. Out and about again, are we? Come and have a look at our newest superseller, the Tunomator, hot off the workbench at Oxford's robotics lab.
Weird. What does it do?
Only the most brilliant voice synthesizing ever? You type your words here and the Tunomator sings them back to you. You can choose the melody from one of 1,000 tunes on this CD. You just enter the tune's code and then make up your own words. Or you can have it select a random melody and it'll belch your song out to whatever tune it selects.
Can you write your own tune for it to play?
Afraid not. It's not clever enough to read sheet music yet. Maybe next year's model will. That lot at the robotics lab are absolute wizards.
You can read sheet music though, can't you, Jules?
Rather. I'd be a rotten keyboardist if I couldn't. I learned to read sheet music at 6 years old when my mum forced piano lessons on me. I'm still taking lessons to perfect my style, you know, over at the university. They have a fab music school. Drop by if you're interested. I love playing wild punk and good old rock and roll, but secretly my favorite is classical. Beethoven and Mozart. Don't let on to the rest of the stiff upper lip gang, will you? They'd never let me live it down.
Jules said that the university has a really good music program. Maybe one of the students here will be able to help us out.
I've been studying music all my life, the cello mostly, but I've played around with a few other instruments along the way. The thing I love about it is that even with only a little practice and the ability to read music, you can play so many things.
You read music then, Marcus?
Oh yes, I started on the piano, so I learned my scales and notes there. Piano music is written out using the bass and treble clefs, with one hand playing the bass and the other playing the treble. It takes a while to learn where all the notes are on the staff, but once you do, you can apply that to many, many instruments.
So all instruments use the same musical notes?
Not always, but most do. A saxophone player can use the same melody line as a pianist, but a pianist would be able to play groups of notes together called chords as well. Stringed instruments like the guitar and violin also use chords, but they're written out differently. Each of the chords has a name. C and D are simple ones, but some are more complex like G minor 7. The guitar player knows what chord to strum by the chord's name over the staff.
Wow! Sounds like there's a lot to learn when you start studying music. You know, all this talk of music has me thinking about taking trumpet lessons when I get home to Richview. Wow, that's some amazing sax! But how can Jean-Luc stand playing there with all those pigeons around?
Hello, if you admire la musique, then a shilling or two would be in order, no?
A shilling is a 5-pence piece, like the English version of a nickel. Sorry, Jean-Luc, we have to save all our cash for the bus.
You know my name? But I'm sure we have never met.
Oh, we're friends of Alison Simone. She said you play a great saxophone, so we came over to listen.
Alison? Alison! Ma chérie, she's so adorable, no? She's a potted flower, no? Oh, my Alison, if only I could win her heart. I would climb the highest mountain. I would swim across the English Channel. I would swear her frog legs for all eternity. If only.
Sickening!
When you see her again, tell her that I said, hello!
Yeah, Jean-Luc, sure thing. Geez, for a French guy, Jean-Luc isn't very smooth. Hey, these guys are pretty good. I wonder which one of them writes their songs.
I write all the songs for our band. None of this lot have the style. They'd botch the job if I let 'em at it. I write out the tune and the words on staff paper, then give the rest of the band copies. They improvise their own parts.
Whoa, you're getting ahead of me here. What's staff paper? And what do you mean by improvise?
Honestly, Jake, have you no culture? Staff paper is what you write music on. It's got musical bars for you to write the notes on and all. You write the words underneath the note that should be sung. When I say the rest of Tone Deaf improvises, I mean they do their own thing, right? They listen to my tune, then make up a tune on their own instrument to match. Michael plays his on the keyboard, so it looks a bit like my tune when he writes it out, but with a lot more notes. I've no clue how Alec and Giles remembered their bits. They never seem to write anything down. But once we all learn our parts and get it together, magic, the hottest sound in South London.
Oi, mate, what's up? Are you like groupies or what?
Course they're groupies, Giles. Look at the glazed look in their eyes. They're aching for an autograph.
Well, not really. We were kind of hoping to pick up some musical tips from you guys.
Oh, tips is it? The lowdown on the band scene, eh? Sure thing. What do you want to know?
We'd really like to know how you guys know what music to play.
We feel it, man. Like, we let the groove move through us and we go with it.
Yeah, man. I hear Regina wailing, go wham bam, I gotta beat the drums.
Once I've got the tune I want, I'll jot it all down so as I don't forget it.
To tell you the truth, I never took lessons. I learned to play the drums out in my dad's garage. I don't write the music down, just try and keep it in my head.
Hey dudes, great to hear another American voice. Come to hear us jam?
Yeah, our pal Allison Simone is a great fan of you guys, so she suggested we come and listen in on your rehearsal.
Allison? Oh man, what a babe. She is the coolest. Did she mention me at all? I'm Alec, the bass guitarist.
She did mention an Alec.
Oh wow, that is so awesome. Allison mentioned my name to you? What else did she say?
Well, she didn't mention that you're an American. Do you live here now?
Yeah, I'm taking some classes at the university. That's how I met Al. She is like so smart. Beauty and brains too, you know? She's helping me out in my literature class.
I love these big ships. Check out those huge sails.
Ahoy there, landlubbers. Looking for someone?
Yes, Robin Coleridge. We've heard he's the greatest guitarist in London and we'd like his autograph.
I'm Robin Coleridge, but I'm afraid I'm probably not the greatest guitarist around. Where'd you get that idea?
Our friend Allison Simone said you were the best.
Alison did? Alison? That's fantastic. That's amazing. She's splendid. The kind of girl a bloke could go mad for. I've known Alison since we grew up together in Surrey. She's a knockout, a real looker, you know. Really knows her music too. She said I was the greatest guitarist in London. Brilliant.
Hey, Robin, you'd better have another look at your banner. Someone spelled honor wrong.
No, it's spelt correctly. H-O-N-O-U-R. Oh, I get it. You're Yanks, aren't you? Americans.
Yeah, that's right, but we still know how to spell. I got an A in spelling last year.
Well, you wouldn't have in the UK. Here we spell honour with a U, and a lot of other words as well. Favour, colour, and armour, for example. Our languages are both called English, but your American English and our British English have been spoken on separate continents since the American colonies were founded. That was over 200 years ago. Languages change over time, and our two versions of English have become a bit different. That's part of why you lot have such a strange accent. Not only are some of your words different, like saying elevator instead of lift, but you sound very different as well.
We've got an accent. What about you?
Well, after all, it was our language first.
Looks like we've got a grip on who sent Allison the love song. Choose the clues that you think show who she should ask to the concert tomorrow. Those clues will convince Allison. Now point out which musician you think wrote the song. You got it! Alec is Allison's mysterious and musical admirer. The love song that Allison got in the mail was written on musical staff paper, but there were no notes on the staff. The letters above the staff were the key. Marcus told us that the letters we saw on the staff paper were notations for guitar chords. Allison's mushy musician must have played the guitar. That left Robin and Alec, but it was Robin that gave us our final clue. Robin told us that the banner over the Cutty Sark that said, "In Her Majesty's Honor," was spelled correctly. English people spell a lot of words that we spell O-R with O-U-R instead. Allison's song was entitled "The Color of Allison's Eyes," not "The Color of Allison's Eyes," so we knew it wasn't written by an English person. Alec is a guitar player, and he's American. He would spell color just like we would, without the U.